was going to pop in this afternoon to pick up that cheque you owe me. Is that convenient?
No, not really. I'll put it in the post for you tomorrow.
No. Wait a minute.
Oh, my God. Tango Delta receiving 595. Stay where you are. I've got an RTC. Travertha Road, Port Wen. Looks like person's injured. Don't think anyone's fatal as yet, but I'll come back to you on that. Could you contact the local medic, tell him he's needed ASAP, over?
Why don't you give him a ring yourself, over?
Yes, that's all received, out. Don't move.
Port Wen surgery. Yes, PC Penale, I am receiving. PC Penale. Shh. Yeah. Well, when you say victims, how many people we're talking about and what kind of injuries? Well, when you say unconfirmed, is that because you don't know yet? Mrs. Norton, your aunt's been in a car crash.
You may need a formal witness statement, so don't leave the country, okay?
Are you all right, my beloved boy? How are you, darling? Are you all right?
If I could just interrupt your conversation with your dog for one moment. I'm a little confused. There's a witness says Mrs. McLean drove into your truck while you were stationary.
Yeah, well, I've just been speaking to Mrs. McLean.
You really mustn't compare notes with a possible suspect until I've established the facts.
Well, she agrees that I backed into her.
You backed into her.
What's so odd about that?
I was trying to turn round because of the hold-up. It's entirely my fault. I will pay for the damage.
So you don't want to press charges against Mrs. McLean?
Why? I've not done anything wrong.
Even so, under the Road Traffic Act, 1988, you have to exchange details. Name, address...
I know who she is.
And I know where she lives.
I suppose, if you're happy, we can put this on a back burner, but I have to warn you... you sure you're not hurt?
No, I'm fine.
In that case, I'll cancel my request for medical backup. Whoops, too late. I was just trying to call you, Doc. Seems Mrs. Norton...
Well,
Just a tiny, tiny bump, that's all.
Pauline said you were injured.
Well, I'm not.
You sure? Osteoporosis?
Well, my bones may be brittle, but I am intact. But I'm a bit worried about Buddy. I think he might have cracked a rib.
You're suggesting I should examine your dog?
Well, could you just run a hand over his midriff?
Yes, I could if I was a vet. And I'm not. Complete waste of my time.
Paul, what's wrong?
We're supposed to be going out tonight.
Tonight?
You haven't forgotten?
No. It's just that I'm just stuck here on the moor. I'm bobbing. I've just broken down.
Oh, so we're not going out.
What? That depends if anyone stops to help me, doesn't it?
A tea? Who's that?
Just some old biddy asking if I wanted some tea.
There's an old woman on Bodmin offering you a cup of tea.
She's got a thermos.
Well, she got a car. Can she give you a lift?
No. Oh, she's a walker. She's a ramber. She's got a big rucksack and a stick. But I'll ring you when I'm on my way. So bye.
Well.
Maureen Jennifer McLean has no previous convictions. She's not wanted by the police. Date of birth makes her 68 on the 3rd of next month, so there's still 2 years before she needs to apply to the DVLA for a new driving licence. But don't worry, Doc. I won't let this go.
You realise it's a road traffic accident, don't you? Not actually murder?
Well, yes, but...
Oh, Doctor! Oh, I didn't know you were coming. You should have warned me. I could have got myself ready, made myself presentable. Oh.
Just come to collect my suppositories.
Of course. Absolutely. I think they're just arrived, I think. I'm sorry about the mess. Oh, it was all clean and tidy until the McLeans paid me a visit. And that Mr. McLean He knocked over my nappy day display.
On purpose?
No, I don't think so.
How long has he been in a wheelchair?
Oh, well, ever since he came to Port Wen, I think 6 or 7 years. He used to have a nice little electric model, and we never would have broken anything with that. And then a couple of months ago, he told me that had broken down, and so he's now downgraded to a manual version.
Interesting.
Bye, Doc.
Doctor, I was hoping to bump into you.
If you're ill, make an appointment.
No, I'm not ill. I'm just keen to confirm what I heard from Stu Mackenzie about you and Miss Glasson.
What's he been saying about me and Miss Glasson?
That you don't think she should be our head teacher again.
That's right, that's true.
But she's the best we ever had.
Well, I'm sure she was very good, but she didn't have a baby back then, did she?
Why would having a baby affect her performance?
Because very few women have the mental and physical capacity to work full-time and bring up a small child. I mean, with the best women in the world, Miss Glasson's not one of those women.
Come along, James, this way.
Any word from Imperial?
What?
About the job?
Seeing Robert in a couple of weeks.
Give him my love. When?
I thought you wanted me to read this and give you my thoughts.
I do.
I can't think and arrange my diary at the same time.
Won't say another word.
Thank you.
Really? Oh no, perhaps you're right.
I am.
What are you doing?
You don't need any of this. You're putting HSG at the top, mentioned again in the middle, and then at the end it starts to feel repetitive.
Tell the reader what you're going to tell them, then tell them what you've told them.
The readers of the British Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology aren't stupid. They know what they're being told without being warned of it in advance and reminded of it at the end. This whole page needs tightening. You've become verbose.
You want me concise?
Yes.
I can be concise. I can be pithy, taut, succinct, laconic, breviloquent.
When does this need to be finished?
I told the editor I'd email tonight.
Better get a move on then.
No, I've got my laptop with me. We can take our time, keep polishing. Till we're finished. I've missed this.
It's bad enough that you belittle me in front of my colleagues and pupils, but now I hear you telling all the governors not to vote for me.
Not all of them.
I am pregnant, Martin. I am not ill. I'm not the second-class citizen you seem to think that I am. Do you think I can't cope with having a baby? You know, your attitude towards me, towards women, actually, is predictably pompous and chauvinistic, which is exactly why I never, ever thought that you and I could be together.
Good evening.
Oh. You've got company.
Obviously.
If you could possibly save the squabbling till I'm out of earshot, I'd be ever so grateful.
Wait a moment.
We'll speak in the morning.
No, we'll speak now. Miss Glasson isn't staying.
Oh, yes, I am.
Of course you are. So I'll take this with me and try and imagine the fun I'm missing here. Thank you for all your suggestions, Ellingham. Try not to get too excited, Louisa. It's not good for the baby.
Well, having succeeded in ruining my evening, is there anything else you'd like to say to me?
How I decide to lead my life is up to me. What I don't need from you, what I will never need from you, is any kind of help.
Why are you crying?
I'm not crying. Good evening.
Yes, but just find out for the cars. They come round here all the time, for God's sake. Now, you'll have to wait because I can't... Oh, it's you, Dr. Ellingham.
You've been paralysed for at least 7 years.
What?
I have it on good authority that you were unable to walk when you first moved to this village 7 years ago.
So?
I don't like being lied to. How do you think it makes me look if I sign a form for someone who's clearly trying to defraud the county council?
I'm not. I wouldn't...
You told me you'd only recently lost the use of your legs.
Well, I thought there was some rule about, having to apply for a blue badge straight away. You know, like the statute of limitations.
Nonsense. What's happened to your face?
Nothing's happened. I'm fine.
Are you pathologically incapable of telling the truth?
Maybe he doesn't trust someone who stabbed him with a needle.
Wasn't a needle.
I want to do our shopping.
Are you going to tell me why you lied?
No.
Come along, Maureen.
Oh!